Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life in the Mundane. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about board games. Today we're specifically going to be zoning in on games for a little bit older kids, but who maybe are not as proficient in reading, struggling with reading, have some special needs with reading, or just in general, maybe just want something different that just doesn't require a lot of reading. So today we're going to jump into some of those fun games for them, and this is actually the first in a series of videos that we're going to be sprinkling throughout the month of November, all about some of our favorite board games for different purposes. So we're going to have videos on some of our favorite family games that you can play from toddlers all the way up to adults. We're going to have videos on some of our favorite educational games. So many fun videos coming out. So be sure, if you like that kind of thing, to subscribe to my channel and make sure to click the bell notification below to be notified when new videos come out. So let's get started. So like I said, I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday on making the most little moments in homeschooling, home management, parenting, and everything in between. So if you guys like topics like that, I would love for you guys to stick around for other videos and check out our other videos down in the description below, or at the end of this video, you'll see some suggested videos to check out. So we have a situation where we have several kids. 2 of our 4 older ones have some special needs, and that definitely has made it harder for reading. And we're making progress and we are getting there, but it has been slow and steady. And so we are always looking for games that we can play as a family that are not just geared towards the little kids, because we have 4th graders and 3rd graders and 1st grader, and yes, they can still enjoy Hungry Hippos and doing Guess Who and things like that. Those can be fun games for them. But they're kind of ready to move to the next level of games, and that can be hard sometimes when they struggle with reading. First up is my favorite game, Blurble. I came across this one a couple years ago when I was gifted it for Christmas. Had no idea about it, but it is seriously one of the best games ever. It 2 to 12 players, ages 6 and up, although we have kids that play it much younger than that, and about 30 minutes long. It is a fast-paced game, even though it says 30 minutes, a fast-paced game that's all about word association. So inside you're gonna find cards that have pictures on them, and it is a race to see who can come up with a word that starts with the first letter as this picture. So the fun thing about it is that these pictures can be left up to interpretation somewhat. This could be a dog, a wolf, or anything like that. So you are going to have a partner that you're paired up with, and you're going to have to yell as fast as you can as soon as the card is flipped over. Oh, waffle. Okay, wolf. It's a wolf, so it was waffle. And you're going to have a judge who decides what goes and what doesn't. But they have all sorts of fun things. You've got a scorpion, sponge. They have 250 different picture cards in here. And it is such a great way to learn about word association, to work on those beginning letter sounds, to work on vocabulary and teaching your kids vocabulary. There are actually ways that you can adapt this game and play it for different ways for your kids who are either younger or who have some special needs. And I will look and see if I can find a link to the article that I found a while ago on some of the modifications of ways you can play this. But if I can't, I will maybe try to do a video in the future on some of the ways you guys can do it. But this is such a great investment for you and your kids. And it's something that can be played from little kids all the way to adults. The next one on our stack is King Dominoes. This is one that was introduced to my kids earlier this summer that they fell in love with. This one, unlike the other ones that I'm showing you tonight, only takes about 15 minutes to play. So it's perfect when you want a quick, short game that's to the point. It is 8+ years old and 2 to 4 players. You could play it a little bit younger than this, but it does require multiplication in there. So just keep that in mind. There is no reading, again, involved in this particular game, but it does involve a lot of math. And so it's a great way to practice those math skills. So you'll see there are domino type cards. They say it's dominoes with a kingdom twist that have different kinds of terrains on them, and you're trying to match up the different terrains. And then there's a fancy way of scoring it. It's not really too complicated, but at the end, they're going to be multiplying the types of terrains by how many crowns are in their terrains. They're going to be building their own kingdoms. And so there's some multiplication in there. My kids have done really well in using this for practicing their multiplication. And the other fun thing is when when you draw 3 tiles out, and again, I'm not going to go through all the gameplay, but when you draw 3 tiles out, the thing they have to do is they have to order them in order of least to greatest. So it's also working on math skills that way. Now, obviously, if your kids are not to that point yet, they can still have a lot of fun playing this game, but they may not understand the strategy to it. And you are going to get the opportunity to help your kids with it. But it is such a fun game, probably one of my kids' all-time favorites right now, and easy for anyone to play. The great thing about all the games that I'm showing you today is all of these are not only perfectly fine for teenagers and adults to play as well, but they're actually fun for them too. So the fun part about it is your second and third and fourth graders can totally play these without it being kind of a bore to mom and dad or without getting old really, really fast. But this one in particular is extra special because it is a cooperative game. If you guys are unfamiliar with that term, the idea is that it is a game that can be played and you are not playing against each other. You are playing all together against the game and trying to beat the game. The premise is that this island is sinking and there are 4 treasures on it that you need to collect. Also with it, the game board changes each time. So there are these cards that are set out to make a game board, and you are trying to get to the different treasures to collect them before that island in particular sinks, or for that piece of land sinks. It's ages 10 and up, but my kids have been playing it far before that. About 30 minutes playtime and 2 to 4 players. The play is easy enough for kids to catch on quickly and easily and to be able to participate, but there is a decent amount of strategy in it that will keep older kids, teens, and adults interested as well. The other thing I like about this is because it is a cooperative game, you can answer your kids' questions. You can help them out. You don't have to feel like you're throwing the game or feel like you have to pretend you didn't see their cards. It's okay to share information. It's okay to help out. I will say, out of all the games I am showing you, this one is the only one that does have a little bit of reading in it, but it's not super extensive, and because mom and dad can help out, it's never been a problem. Next up, we have Azul. This game is very similar to a Sudoku type of game. You are going to have a bunch of tiles of different types and prints, and you are going to be drawing from a bag. You are going to be pulling different tiles to place in your rows to try and get one of each kind of tile in your row without having duplicates ever. And it's so funny because I thought this game was challenging. I find this game challenging, fun, but challenging. And I thought it would be too hard for my kids, and yet they have grasped it so quickly. It is amazing. They need a little help with the scoring because the scoring can sometimes be a bit complicated. Not too bad, but for little kids can be a little more complicated. They recommend 8 and up. I would say 7 or 8 years old, at least for our kids. 2 to 4 players and about 30 to 45 minutes. This game is, like I said, very, very fun. It looks simple, but there's actually a lot of strategy involved, and it is tons of fun. I will say, of all the games I'm showing you, this is definitely the most expensive game on the list. The rest of them are much more affordable. This one can be a little more expensive, but I wanted to let you know about it now because oftentimes around Black Friday, you can get a great steal on this one. So keep an eye out for it for local deals. So last but not least is Story Cubes. We love this game because it's so versatile. There's no reading involved whatsoever, and it is just a whole bunch of cubes, dice, that have all different pictures on them. We've got water and ladders, money bags, maps, cactuses, circus tents, mountains, you name it. All sorts of fun pictures on these dice. The cool thing about this game is there's a lot of different ways to play it. You can roll one die, pick it up, see a sun here, and tell a story about a sun. Have the kids make it up. You can have them roll 3 and give them some options there. You can have them roll the dice and tell you a compare and contrast between 2 of these fun favorites. So, you know, you've got a cactus and it looks like a bowl of hot soup or oatmeal or something. So they can compare and contrast those 2. There are so many cool things that you can do with this, and it's a great therapy tool, especially if you're trying to build language skills, if you're working on writing skills with your kids or anything, but they will have no idea because it's in the form of a game. I'm gonna link an article that I found that has 20 fun ways that you guys can use these story cubes and how you can use them for all sorts of fun educational games. So I'll link that down below that you guys can check out. But this is definitely a worthwhile investment, very inexpensive, and can be used for any age because there are so many different ways that you can play this game. So I hope those help you guys, give you some ideas, especially with Christmas coming up. I think that it could be helpful just to know a few of the different kind of board games out there that are options for your kids. And I hope you guys will subscribe to my channel and check back in to find out more games that we recommend from our family that we enjoy. And if you guys have a favorite game or a favorite genre you would like to hear more about our favorites, just drop that in the comments below. I'd love to check that out. And who knows, maybe it'll become one of our next videos. I look forward to talking to you guys more in the month of November as we sprinkle in these fun little videos all throughout the month. And we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.